Yeah, I call this one a strike. The Ambassadors Club of Chippewa Bowl is celebrating 20 years. The annual Bowling Hall of Fame kicks off tomorrow night in South Bend. But, okay, who is and who are the Ambassador Club and its members? Well, this group of volunteers shares a love of bowling. Bowlers of all skill levels have found home in each of these sports and each other while taking opportunities to support students and other organizations to help ignite a potential passion. Now, joining me this morning are some of the club members. We've got Cindy Frushour and Jon Backstrom. Thank you both so much for coming in this morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Well, Michiana, I know Cindy. We connected based on our love of community and sports. It's weird not to be on a golf course with you this
Absolutely.
morning. But I do want to touch on your love of bowling a little bit. How did that come into your life?
Well, at a very early age, my father was a bowler and learned to bowl through that, and it just stuck. I love it, and even though I'm only a one-night-a-week bowler, I enjoy it, and the opportunity to join the Ambassadors Club 19 years ago for me has been a great pleasure. Met so many people.
And how did you get your foot in the door there with the Ambassadors Club?
Well, actually, that's kind of by invitation. They try to find people within our bowling community that are willing to volunteer time, just promote the sport. We help youth, and we do a lot of fundraising and things like that. So that's right up my alley. I enjoy that very much.
Right, and we are in the presence of a champion here, too. We've got a Hall of Famer in our midst. Jon, tell me a little bit about how you got into bowling and really what that title means.
I was born into bowling. My grandfather owned a bowling center or alley in Minneapolis. Whoops. And then my dad bought one when I was 10. So I grew up, it was like a kid in a candy store with your parents owning a bowling alley. And I stuck with it. I went into it as a career, managed Beacon Bowl for several years here, and have always just kind of hung around.
I know, it's kind of hard to leave, right, once you get that itch. I love bowling. Now, I cannot say I'm any good at it, but it's a lot of fun. And, of course, we're getting that fun here tomorrow night at this tournament, the Bowling Hall of Fame. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on there?
Sure. We've done it a few different formats over the years, but we found very well 3 what I'll call regular bowlers, and that's of all skill levels because we allow handicaps based on your average. And then they get to bowl with a Hall of Fame member that volunteered to be there that evening. And with each game, the Hall of Famer moves on, so they get a lot of opportunity to meet a lot of Hall of Famers, from old-timers to the newest inductees, and it's a great night, a lot of camaraderie, and the Hall of Famers really enjoy reconnecting. Maybe some of them have retired from the sport, and they just come down to enjoy each other.
Right, and it's got to be fun to kind of spread your passion to other people, too.
Yes, and the great thing is seeing old friends. It's kind of like a reunion of the bowling community, so it's been a great event. Cindy and her team have done a great job with it here the last 20 years.
And I love, Cindy, that when we were talking to you, just kept mentioning, man, this club has given back, what did you say, almost $80,000 over the years?
Right. We do various fundraisers, including Scotch doubles on the weekends, once a month, and various things, but we give to the youth bowling, the high school bowling, and we even give a $1,000 scholarship every year to a graduating senior that's been involved in the bowling community.
And why is it so important to kind of get the youth involved too? Of course, we love seeing old friends and continuing that passion for ourselves, but why really are you guys focusing on high schoolers and the youth too?
Well, they're the future. They're the people. I mean, I started at the Riley Jackson Bowling League.
Hey, yes.
It was just a club formation, but it got the idea of that it's an individual sport, but you do it as a team, and your own success. It's one of the few sports that you really cheer on the person going for a 300. There we go, he's going to make it, and I don't care if he's against me tonight. I want to see this. That's awesome, and that happens a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Jon, tell me more.
Yeah, well, I mean, bowling is great because kids can start early, 3 years old, or maybe even younger, and you can bowl forever. There's people that bowl in their 90s. So it's a great activity, great sport.
Really
something that you can do for life, yes.
Oh, I love it, because you know golf, that's a huge thing for me too. So that lifelong sport and bringing that into bowling too. Jon, Cindy, thank you both so much for coming in this morning and talking a little bit more about how to get involved. Right now you're taking a live look at the Chippewa Bowling website. This is where you can find all the contact information you need to kind of help get involved. You can also find the Ambassadors Club of Chippewa Bowl on Facebook.